Hello, YouTube. What's happening, everybody? Chef Marcus here. 9 o'clock on Thursday, 9 p.m. Thursday night. Just finished restaurant service. We have a little bit more going on in the restaurant. I just came to the office to do a couple of things, and I thought I'd get on and do a little Facebook Live action here. So what's that right there? There you go. Now you can see my copper pans, some of my copper pans. Hey, I just got back from a conference, and it wasn't really specific restaurant conference, but it was an entrepreneur conference. I saw Les Brown speak 3 days in a row. It was a smaller conference. If you don't know who Les Brown is, look him up. Extremely positive speaker with a lot of really good one-liners. A lot of people are like, man, the way Les just says stuff, he's got these great one-liners that just really resonate. Really resonate. But the one big takeaway from his was getting your audience to feel your emotions when you speak. Les is a great motivational speaker, and he spoke at 10x and a bunch of other things. And Les is big time. Les is, I think, probably one of the most Googled speakers out there, more than Zig Ziglar and Brian Tracy and a bunch of them. So check Les Brown out. He's 80 years old, and he was with us 3 days in a smaller conference. We had to spend some time with him and talk to him and take pictures and really connect with him, which is really great. So very approachable, by the way. But I was at this conference for 5 days. It was a 6 day conference. I couldn't stay all 6 days. Last time I only did 5 out of the 6 days. So this conference happens 3 times a year, 4 times a year. So really excited. Just got back from Vegas, and tons of speakers going up there and just giving us amazing advice. But I want to share one thing that's resonated over the years, something that I've taught, especially when I wrote my book, 50 Mistakes That Business Owners Make, designed for the restaurant industry, this book, but any business can benefit from it. Like my first mistake in there, the number one mistake that I see restaurant owners not doing is collecting a database, right? So, of course, a picture of their money going down the drain. So when you don't collect a database, you are throwing money down the drain. Now, when I wrote this book 10 years ago in 2015, there were different ways to collect a database back then. Um, but the concept is still the same. If you're in business, you want to grab potential leads, people that potentially will come into your business, or people that have already come into your business or currently in your business. You want to grab their contact information so you can remarket to them. It's easier to get somebody back into your restaurant or your business the second time than it is to get them there the first time. So if they've already been in, let's get their info. And if they're looking at your stuff on social media, Facebook, if they're on your website, then hey, they're interested in doing business with you because they're checking you out. So let's kind of do some kind of lead magnet. Lead magnet's a popular term in the marketing world. What's your lead magnet? What's your offer? What's your lead magnet? Why would people give you their cell phone or whatever? So the one thing that really resonated with me was people are still using ManyChat, and a lot of people think, "Oh, chatbots are dead." ManyChat, and people are still using ManyChat with insane success. And right now, I'm doing a promotion on my Facebook page, Aroma Time Bistro fan page, where we're doing the 12 days of Christmas. And I have to admit, I haven't used ManyChat in a few months. I only typically do ManyChat when I'm running contests, but I need to use ManyChat much more often than just a contest, because there were some great speakers this week that were talking about just building your database through ManyChat. And if somebody's commenting your stuff on Facebook or Instagram, the chatbot takes over and just grabs, and the chatbot already knows. It already knows your email address, already knows your name. So all the person has to do is just click confirm, and you have them in your database. You zap them right into your database, or they become a fan on your fan page. So I'm running a 12 days of Christmas promo right now, where every day we post on our Roma Time Facebook. There's a 12 days of Christmas. Today we're giving away a $50 gift card, a $100 gift card, a $40 gift card, a bottle of balsamic vinegar worth $50, this and that, and worth such and such. So 12 days we do prizes. And once they start commenting, because they have to comment and tag somebody, well, we have it triggered from whatever they're going to make a comment on, and then the chatbot goes in and takes over and grabs their email and their name. And from there, we put them into our database so we can use them to market again. Then they go into an email system and they opt in, hopefully, So they're going to stay with us and we can keep marketing to them. So I don't know how many hundreds of people I'll I'll bring in into my database, but I do know that I had 60 comments yesterday alone, which is exciting, very exciting. Not all of them are new, by the way, but I've been doing 12 days of Christmas and I'm getting 50 comments a day, 600 people. I'm probably getting 300 new people, right? Which is exciting because they're commenting and tagging friends. But the bottom line of the story is I don't want to get too intricate. The bottom line of the story is if you're not actively building a database somehow, there was one speaker that got up and said, you don't need to know their name or their email address, just get their cell phone number. And I was like, you're going to start hitting them up with text messages. And I got to be honest with you, people respond to text messages as they open up their text messages more than they open up their emails or their messages on DM messages. So I can see, but I'm a fan of, getting at least their name so you can at least personalize a message to them. If you're using if you're using a CRM, you're using something like Constant Contact. We use Active Campaign with a lot of success. And I want to say hi, John, in my message to this person. Hi, John. Hi, Mary. Thanks for checking out this or checking out that, or thanks for opting in, or hi, Mary. I hope I got a great deal for you. Or hi, Mary. Here's a great blog I just wrote, and go check it out. So I want to be able to grab all their information. But there was one speaker up there who was just adamant about just get their cell phone number and that's it. Worry about their name later. Worry about their email address later, or don't even do email. I'm like, So it's nice to be able to watch different different people with sort of the same message. Same messages. Get their contact information. Get them to opt in and build your list. So, folks, the reason why it's the number one step in my book, 50 Mistakes That Restaurant Owners Make, is because it's your most valuable asset, right? Besides your real estate. If you were to sell it, but if you don't own the real estate, then you don't have real estate, right? But if you were to sell your restaurant or any business tomorrow and somebody came to you, for example, if I were to sell my restaurant and I'd say, here's my database of 12,000 people that I've cultivated over the last, 10 years. This is part of the package. This is part of what I'm selling you is my email list. Now, the new restaurant owner might say, you know what? I don't want your list, Marcus, because I'm not doing what you're going to do. I'm going to bring my own people in. I'm going to rebrand and rename and change the menu and this and that. So I want my own identity. So keep your list, Marcus. I'll be like, okay, I'll keep my list because you know why? Because those 12,000 people already gave me money. If I open up somewhere else, or if I do a pop-up, or if I want to do catering, if I want to do something else, I'm speaking somewhere, if I'm doing a cooking demo somewhere, or I'm, whatever I'm doing, some other type of business that's related to how they opted in, chances are part of those 12,000 people are going to do business with me again, right? Now, again, remember that it's easier to get somebody in the second time versus the first time. They already know me. They've been with me. They've given me money. They've opted in. They've given me their email address. Folks, people don't give you their email address or their phone number or their name if you did a bad job and they don't want to eat with you and you made them upset, right? You might make them upset on a follow-up visit somehow, but they wouldn't have originally given you contact information if they were upset with you. So these are people that want to do business with you. So if I sold my restaurant and the new owner didn't want the list, I'd keep the list. Now, of course, that list is a premium price, right? If you're going to hand somebody a business, sell somebody a business, and you have a list of 12,000 contacts that have done business with you, that's gold. You can charge for that. That's extra money, right? That's another, 50, 100, whatever it is. That's a valuable asset. This is proven sales. It's a proven sales. But if the new restaurant doesn't want it, then you take it with you and you go wherever you want and do what you want. Maybe you have a non-compete clause in the beginning. So yeah, don't compete for 5 years or whatever it is. But you can still massage those contacts every couple of months. Merry Christmas, happy birthday, John. You don't need to own a restaurant to wish somebody happy birthday. You just have them in your database. Hey, this is Marcus. I used to own a Roman Time Bistro. You used to die with this. Just wanted to say happy birthday and wanted to keep you up with what I'm working on currently. And or I'm not working on anything, but just wanted to reach out and say happy birthday. Hope you're enjoying. If something does happen, I will get back to you and you'll know where I'm at, what I'm doing. Right. So, folks, that database is so important. And many restaurant owners just aren't building it because first of all, people only think you build a database by collecting an email and a sign-up card in your restaurant. Or remember, we used to drop the business cards into the goldfish bowl at the end there and say, one lucky winner is going to get, dinner this week. And, which typically probably never really happened. But those days of dropping into the goldfish bowl, how many of you ever really got an email back or something back and was like, "You're the winner." They were just collecting that. They were just collecting cards without really doing anything. And a lot of people collect names and numbers without really doing anything. Like if your Toast POS or one of your POSs is collecting all this database and you're not doing anything with it, shame on you. You need to send them out an email right away or a text message or some way that you're marketing to them and say, "Thank you for doing business with me. Thank you for signing up. I appreciate your business. Here's a little bit of what we do. You might know what we do, whatever." You need to start working those people. My opening email, if somebody goes on my website and fills out a form, my opening email to them is, "I was killing you." And it wasn't, no, I'm not like, "No, I'm joking. I wasn't really killing you, but yes, I sort of was killing you." See, I discovered that healthy food and bad food, the difference of that. And I was able to cure so many, ailments I had and diseases or whatever, and get off medicines. And I was really realizing that food in most restaurants is just not good for us, and the groceries isn't good for us. So I'm a chef who took a stand, and I'm serious about serving clean, wholesome food. And yeah, we're all digging our graves with our forks, basically. And my opening line was, "I was killing you," but it's a line that grabs people and gets them in, and where they can know about what exactly we're doing at the restaurant. So that's one of my opening automations. So grab people in, whether it's through Snapchat, whether it's through Instagram, whether it's through a sign up, whether it's a QR code, and they can sign and opt in, whether it's a birthday club or something. But folks, your database is not to be messed around with. It's your most valuable asset. And this book, even though it's 10 years old, folks, still has a lot of relevant information in it. So you can go to marcusguiliano.com. You can buy this on Amazon. My new book is coming out, which is all about tequila, the masterclass from soil to glass, where I talk about how agave is grown, processed, cooked, all that kind of stuff, crushed, distilled, and then how it makes it into the bottle. And it's a whole educational book on how you can understand tequila better. Now, if you want to understand tequila better, and if you're in this industry, restaurant industry, you will make more money. You will stand out if you're an owner, operator, a manager, and you want to update or just be on top of the tequila game. The tequilas I talk about in this book, the real tequilas without all the additives and everything, and the education I give, you will make more money, folks. 100%. You will make more money. You'll be the smartest restaurateur out there. You'll know a lot. And folks, tequila is such it's a crazy industry because 96% of tequilas have additives, and more people are joining this tequila aficionado group of drinkers that want tequila without all the junk in it, without the sweet and low saccharin, sugar, fake flavors that makes it taste like cotton candy or just candy. Those flavorings they put in. A lot of this tequila is indeed altered. So my new book teaches you how to decipher that, pick the best tequilas, make the most money if you're in the industry. And if you're not in the industry, you'll be smarter than most restaurants out there and most bartenders. And most Mexican restaurants too really have no idea what they're doing with tequila, folks. They're just buying the brands that you think sell, like Don Julio and Clase Azul and Casamigos, brands that just really aren't even tequila at this point because of class action lawsuits on Don Julio and Casamigos, claiming that 70% of it is indeed corn sugar in there, not 100% agave like the bottle label says. So that's it, folks. Uh, YouTube Live, thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in. Drop a comment where you're tuning in from, ask questions, and I'll get back to you. Have a great day, everybody. Drop a comment where you're tuning in from, or it's on the replay, hashtag replay. If it's on the live, hashtag live, and ask any questions. I'll be happy to answer.